Welcome to Spoil Your Appetite. My name is Tristan. Oh man, what a nice couple of weeks it has been. Surely nothing has dropped in my absence. Oh my god. I'm not gonna lie, man. I had this all planned out last week, and then San Diego Comic-Con happened, and then more shit dropped, and so, yeah, let's just say it's been a hell of a July. I mean, my god. Yeah, I mean, since I last talked with Supergirl and everything, it just seems like everything just wanted to come out. All the interesting news that I was just like, oh, gotta talk about that, Dude, man, it's gotten to the point where I'm just like, I can't talk about, like, 17 different things at this point. Holy fuck. I need to get on it. But at the same time, it just, I had to pull the trigger and say, you know what? I'm just gonna have to skip over some stuff, unfortunately. But there's plenty to fucking talk about, I'll tell you that much. I got enough here to really talk about, honestly. But in the meantime, let's just take it from the top, shall we? I'm gonna take this from the very fucking top, honestly. Starting with, I've seen some shit. Let's just talk about Evil Dead Burn for a second, shall we? I saw that when it first came out a couple weeks ago. I love the Evil Dead franchise. I especially love where we are going with the Evil Dead movies nowadays, which it seems like they are doing anthology. Like, every new Evil Dead is just going to be its own story or whatever. And I loved Evil Dead Rise. I really loved Evil Dead Rise. And then seeing Evil Dead Burn was something else. Like, I truly did not know what Evil Dead Burn was going to be, but man, it's dealing with, you know, like with Evil Dead Rise, there's some sort of trauma that has happened and with our characters and such, and those fucking Deadites, man, they are something to fucking not be played with, honestly. And yeah, I mean, I only saw one trailer for it, but I was just here because it's Evil Dead. I mean, if anything, if you're gonna do anything with Evil Dead, if you're not gonna, you know, say, bring back the character of Ash back, or any sense, whether it's Bruce Campbell or just recast the role in a reboot or whatever, then the next thing you gotta do is make sure it feels like Evil Dead in the sense of the Deadites and stuff. And because there's one thing about Evil Dead that has than most horror franchises, I feel, and it really seems to feel like this is where it started with Evil Dead back when Sam Raimi first came out with Evil Dead, which is the Deadites are just fucking awful. Like, they're so fucking cruel and mean. It's amazing, and we've seen horror movies do that, but in old-fashioned Evil Dead, it seems like so far with this and Evil Dead Rise, they really kept that sort of like humor and just how fucking cruel these Deadites can be. And what a premise, too. Essentially, the Deadites are looking for this weapon that can apparently kill Deadites and send them back. It's no longer the book being told about, you know, being, you know, read out. And they're apparently, from Evil Dead Burn, they're just there. They're just still around or whatever. Ever since, I guess, since the only connection we have is, I'm guessing, and it's been a while since I've watched Evil Dead Burn, but I guess, you know, because the whole, you know, we get the, you know, the transcription of the book being read, the Necronomicon being read on a recording, and yeah, but it wasn't the full thing, so I guess it was just part of it, and Deadites are still around or whatever, but they're looking for a weapon that can kill them, and lo and behold, it's part of this, it's part of this family, that is going through a funeral because a Deadite found a link to that family and killed them and everything. And It's interesting. I mean, just very interesting. There's a MacGuffin, essentially. But Evil Dead Burn was something I wasn't expecting. I mean, for starters, the dog. There's a dog that dies, but luckily they bring the dog back to be a deadite, I guess, of sorts. But that was crazy to me. But other than that, the way that these actors play the deadites, I mean, they just really just fucking cruel and mean, man. Like, there's just like a lot of horror fucking going around. It's just like chaotic as fuck, and it's set at a house that it's that usual horror trope where it's just like they're going to, it's not really a haunted house per se, but it looks like a house that for some reason they're staying at or whatever. But I do love the fact that the explanation is basically this is a family house or whatever. One of our main characters, his grandfather essentially was a part of this like group that wants to stop the deadites and stuff like that, and because of his obsession would later lead him to leave his family and such, and he might have a weapon to kill the deadites and such. And I just was like, okay, because even in the trailer I was like, why the fuck are they at this fucking okay, it's family related, alright, I can let that go, because the trope of like, why are they staying at a crazy, creepy, an obvious looking house or whatever. Okay, it's a family house. Got it. There's even a moment where one of them says you should have, the grandson owns the house, where his dad or mom is like, you should have sold this house or whatever, and all this shit. And yeah, man, I really thoroughly enjoyed Evil Dead Burn. I mean, it's not my favorite of the two. I still love Rise because I felt like the atmosphere for Rise being set in that hotel was just, or it was an apartment building, was just incredible. I just loved everything about it and the way it was shot. But Evil Dead Burn, I mean, it's definitely a worthy entry into this Evil Dead anthology series, which I heard that there was 2 post-credit scenes. I only saw the 1 post-credit scene with the grandma deadite escaping or whatever, but apparently the mom comes back in the 2nd post-credit scene from Evil Dead Rise, which kinda doesn't make any sense, because I was like, well, if that's the case, wasn't she thrown into a wood chipper? Like, it's really weird if memory serves. But in any event, Evil Dead Burn, I mean, it's just sinister, very brutal too, and it's just like, oh my god, like, I mean, they did not shy away from this at all, and I look forward to more, because apparently, not only did they make this, but now we have Evil Dead Wrath coming out next year, in January, I think they said, or sometime next year, called Evil Dead Wrath, which is apparently a period piece movie, which I'm totally for. I mean, honestly, I love it. I mean, I do think Evil Dead, I don't know who owns the rights, but whatever studio owns Evil Dead is doing a smart play by essentially, not, rebooting and, keeping the character of Ash Williams and all this stuff. No, they're just doing characters fighting the deadites or whatever. And I thoroughly like this approach, honestly. And so I mean, horror movies, they don't cost that much. They're not, not a lot of horror movies you see that break the bank by any means. But I just, so I'm just like, I will take it. I mean, if it's only a namesake and, you have deadites or whatever, I mean, that's really all you need with Evil Dead, honestly. I mean, what more else can you do with it other than, telling a continuous story with a trilogy or whatever? But I like the fact that they're doing this, anthology series with these movies or whatever. I really dig it. So, in any event, another movie I saw was Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey. Now, it's been a minute. It is August. We're in August now. It's been a minute since I watched The Odyssey, just like how it's been a minute since I watched Evil Dead Burn. But, man, the Odyssey, I was hyped for it, and I will admit it. I read the Odyssey back in high school, but I clearly did not give a fuck about it to go back and reread it again. I mean, because who does that, honestly? Unless you really love reading and literature and everything that you learned or whatever, why would I go back? Why would I go back? And I gotta give credit to, Christopher Nolan. I mean, he wants to adapt the very first epic with Odyssey. Homer's The Odyssey, and my God, it's just fun seeing like people come out and kind of like give me like a history lesson of sorts, and all this stuff to be like to go on these haters about saying certain things and all this stuff, and it's just like, yeah. And again, the whole hate trend, I'm just like, I can't imagine putting much thought into something I don't like seeing or whatever. Like, if there's something I don't like, I will say my piece and then just be done with it. I can't imagine working a 9 to 5, coming home, or even during my break, and getting on social media and be like, oh, they put out another trailer, or they put out another fucking thing of something I don't like, let me shit on it, or whatever. It's just like, man, imagine being a grown fucking adult. Yeah. But in any event, Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey, I mean, I'll just say it straight up. I really, really liked it. I liked it a lot, from, just the way, the scope of this movie to the music itself. Like, one of my favorite things about the whole movie is when Odysseus does a dry fire. Now, with his bow. Now, what a dry fire is, basically, he's basically, what's it called? Firing his bow without an arrow, essentially. And the music note of it every time he does it just was like, oh, chef's kiss. Really love that editorial right there. That was great. That was always great to see, to like hear or whatever. And man, the only thing I remember that I noticed what changed from the poem itself to the movie was the Cyclops thing. I remember that moment, of course. But it being changed for the movie, I get it. I mean, I totally understand it. Like, he's adapting the Odyssey. He's not translating it, after all. But yeah, man, that was the other thing, too. When it came to watching this movie in the IMAX, I mean, I think it was just the auditorium itself, or maybe it was the movie itself. Fuck, is it a loud movie. It is such a fucking loud movie and everything, and I love the fact that because of that scene and another scene with Odysseus's men in this movie, where people were just like, man, we would love to see Christopher Nolan do a horror movie. And I personally would like to see it too. Like, I would love to see him do like another genre, like do horror. I would love to see that. I don't know what the fuck that would even look like, but yeah, I mean, but I'd be down for it. I mean, he could definitely do it, and I'd be here for it, honestly. I would so fucking be here for it. And yeah, man, the Odyssey is just so big and grand that I just was like, this is great. I really enjoy everything about this. Like, everybody just brings their fucking A game. For me personally, I feel Anne Hathaway is like the real star of this whole fucking thing. I mean, when she has that moment with Tom Holland, who plays her son in the movie, and it's just like, essentially, all this time waiting to see if her husband would come back, and her son just telling her, well, what if he doesn't come back or whatever, like, well, all this stuff, and she just like rages at him, and he's just like, I have been sitting on this thing, does this not mean anything? Like, am I just like, it truly, essentially, it's man's world at the end of the day, and she just feels like it's ridiculous that nobody acknowledges how she's just like kind of holding the realm together or whatever. And I think that moment, I'm just like, man, I mean, anyone, like, I genuinely hope Anne Hathaway gets a nomination for her role in this movie, because I really think that's really the moment that's gonna, like, really make, hopefully, the Academy acknowledge that she deserves a nomination. Because, man, that moment was great. I loved everything about it, honestly. Even Tom Holland. Tom Holland's great in the movie. I mean, nobody really misses a beat in this movie at all. And, yeah, the fact that right now it's sitting at, what, 911 million worldwide is just fucking crazy to me. I'm just like, who would have thought? I mean, same goes with, Oppenheimer. Who would have thought that would have almost made $1 billion? I mean, a biopic about the guy who made the atomic bomb? Who would have thought? Christopher Nolan really just knows how to fucking, like, grab people or whatever. And, people will say, oh, Oppenheimer, the only reason, there are some people, I'm sure, that believe that Oppenheimer almost made as much as it did because of the whole Barbie thing. It's like, yeah, true, but you can't tell me that Oppenheimer wasn't a great movie. Like, you just can't convince me of that. And now proving that, oh no, Oppenheimer wasn't a fluke. Now, I'm sure there's going to be the excuse, well, we're coming off of Oppenheimer, so of course. And it's just like, well, this is, modern audience. It's really millennials and Gen Zers making up the box office of these movies or whatever. That's just, because the older generation not really into the movie-going experience, which is what it is. And so, I guess, in a way, people know the name Christopher Nolan, because how can you forget the Christopher Nolan name? I love the fact that there's a sort of, like, resurgence of going into Christopher Nolan's filmography. Like, obviously the Batman stuff is there, but I love that I saw somebody mention Dunkirk, and I'm like, oh my god, somebody fucking mentioned Dunkirk for once, because I always felt like that movie's really great. The moment when you just, like, it just, they're in the water at one point, you just can't hear them. You can just hear them, like, just pitch black, and you hear people drowning in the water. It's just like, Christopher Nolan just knows how to make a movie experience, and I'm just amazed by it. Like, that dude really, for one, it's great that he's allowed to, like, have that kind of craftsmanship or whatever, to the point where studios aren't trying to get in his fucking way. Dude, he's great. He's definitely one of my top 5 favorite filmmakers. It's just like, at this point, it's like, the Batman stuff is great, but, like, post-Batman, and even before Batman, really, you can look at something like Memento or Insomnia. I haven't seen that one, but I've heard it's great. But, like, post-Batman, it's just kind of like, dude just knows how to make a great fucking movie. Like, it's, like, Oppenheimer is not my favorite movie of his, but, because it won him an Oscar, it's kind of hard to deny that maybe that's his best movie ever. I don't know. For me, my favorite Christopher Nolan movie is still Inception. I love that. And yes, that includes the Batman movies, but no, man, like, as much as I love his Batman movies, maybe not so much Rises or whatever, but for me, my favorite Christopher Nolan movie is definitely Inception. Like, there's just the way that plot is told, and it's just like, it's a fun heist movie. It's really fucking is. And even when a movie of his doesn't work, say, like Dark Knight Rises, or, more recently, Tenet, you still can't, like, I still won't turn it off. I still have to watch it, because I'm just, like, fascinated by the whole thing. It's just like, it's not my thing or whatever, but, man, he still knows how to make a movie that keeps me invested somehow, some way. But, and the Odyssey is just one of those things where it's just like, dude, like, I love everything about it. I really did. Agamemnon, he Agamemnon is probably my favorite character of the whole Odyssey. I just love that dude just shows up and what's the phrase that people use today? Aura farm. He literally just aura farms through the whole fucking movie. But it's when you learn how he fucking dies that always that makes me chuckle just a bit, because it's just like, man, all that time. I mean, I'm sure he did something more than just like stand there and look fucking awesome and everything, but like, of the context that we were given, it's just like he just shows up and just like it's like, yeah, only for him to die butt naked and everything. Just like, oh my fucking god. Like, dude, and I just love that. I do like the theory that, Agamemnon symbolizes the god of war. I love that. I love that somebody said that to them they felt like he symbolizes Ares. I just love that. I was just like, you know what? That makes sense, because, him dressed all in fucking black, and you don't really ever see his face or whatever. It's just like, okay, that's a cool fucking theory that I can definitely buy into. I love that symbolism. I loved everything about it. Like, I don't know. I mean, I will say, though, it's not a top 5 for me. As much as I really like this movie, it's not a top 5. Maybe a top 10. I mean, if I were to make my top 10 right now, it's definitely on there. It's definitely on there for fucking sure. For fucking sure. Yeah, man. I'm trying to see if my dad wants to go see it in IMAX. I mean, hell, I don't even know if the IMAX near us will be even showing the Odyssey at that IMAX. Because even though I read a story that, this past week that says that they've extended the whole IMAX, what's it called? Their deal with IMAX, they extended it because there's so much demand for it. And plus, it's like, dude, it's, like I said, it's probably going to hit $1 billion at this point. I mean, Spider-Man's in its way, but make no mistake, I mean, if we're in August and that came out on, what, the 16th or whatever? Hold on, let me bring up the date. Let me see. It came out on the 17th. So, week 1, week 2, week 3. We're going to week 4 right now. Wait, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I mean, I expect this movie to hit $1 billion soon. I mean, maybe before the end of the month. But yeah, and plus, I also saw a story that the Odyssey is the fastest movie to hit 700 million worldwide in 2026 in 12 fucking days. Crazy shit. So yeah, I definitely, if I can see the Odyssey again on IMAX with my dad, because yeah, my dad, I mean, for the most part, we always go see genre movies. Like, mostly it's mainly, comic book movies, because it's always fun to go see comic book movies with him, because, I mean, he's the one that got me into the genre, after all. Him and my mom got me into it. So, but yeah, it's going to be nice if I can take my old man to go see the Odyssey. So, there's that. So, in any event, going to hold off on Spider-Man, because in the meantime, I would like to talk about some other stuff. Starting with this bullshit. The Batman Part 2 has been delayed till February 2028. It was originally supposed to come out in October, but they decided to delay it October of 2027, and they decided to push it back 4 fucking months. Yeah, I don't know. I really do not fucking understand it. I really don't get it. I mean, what was it, last year? Was it last year or the year before? Might have been last year. I think it was last year, where we got that. We finally had Matt Reeves post a picture with him and the other guy that he wrote the story for the Batman Part 2, said it is now done, the script is done, or whatever. After, God, that was 2025. That was like 3 years. 3 years it took for that. No. Yeah, 3 years to, like, finally get it done. And now they're shooting. And of all the delays that they've had, the fact that they've decided to push this movie back to 2028 of February, almost 6 fucking years for a sequel movie, for a part 2 of a trilogy, because you know the Batman part 3 is going to happen. The Batman part 2 being delayed almost 6 years. I don't fucking get it. I really don't fucking get it. I mean, they're literally shooting the movie right fucking now. They could have they can make that release date of October of 2027. I do not understand it. I really don't. It's fucking bullshit. I mean, I'm still gonna be there day one, but dude, it's fucking bullshit. I'm sorry, but like, look, it's bad enough that we've had to wait this long. I mean, so many things have come out, and you know what? I'm just gonna say it. No more excuses. Like, I don't want to hear the excuses anymore. Like, I'm sorry, but like, it was after the second or third time that they delayed this movie that I was like, there's really no fucking excuses at this point. Like, I mean, at least give us an explanation why it took so long for Matt Reeves to finally, like, finish writing the Batman Part 2. I mean, because so far I can go off of, the only thing I can go off of is the rumor that, you know, people in the business say that, yeah, Matt Reeves loves to take his time when it comes to writing. But even then, he had a co-writer with him. And it was just kind of like, there's no reason why. I just don't understand how, when you're doing the first Batman movie, I don't understand how Matt Reeves didn't at least have a good idea of where he was going with Part 2. Like, because that's the thing, if you're working in the superhero genre, you want to, I mean, especially if you're not, like, what's the word? You know, when you're very self-contained, when your stuff is very self-contained among this whole, like, everything has to be a shared universe, when you're given the keys to have your own self-contained, you should be able to know where you're going to go in the second part. And the fact that it's taken this fucking long is ridiculous. And it's just like, I am starting to believe the reason why we don't have our DCU Batman is because of Matt Reeves' The Batman. It just really feels like, specifically, maybe it's Part 2, that they want this out before they ever start casting DCU Batman, which is kind of like, at this point, it's just like, just cast the DCU Batman. I mean, at least look into it. I'm sure they're looking into it. And, you know, again, Batman, a dude who wears a Batman costume, punches, you know, solves crime in a bat suit. I don't think it's that fucking difficult. Like, you got so much material you can pluck and thread from. But, yeah, the fact that this is going to be an extra of 4 months from October of 2027 to February, the fact that they pushed it by 4 months is just ridiculous to me. I just, like, dude, there's no excuse. Like, I don't want to hear the whole, like, oh, you know, let Matt Reeves take his time, let him actually do. It's just like, dude, this is not a fucking video game. This is not a video game. We've seen great sequels to movies that have been put out within 2 or 3 years. We've seen good comic book movies that don't need to take that long to make. Sure, there are some examples, and I know James Gunn has pointed out some, but it's just like, okay, you say that, but also we can counter that too with other sequels that were great to the first movie. Doesn't really take that fucking long. Also, it's fucking Batman. I mean, dude, seriously, just ridiculous at this point. So, but yeah, like I said, I'm still gonna go see it. I mean, I've been meaning to rewatch the first Batman again because I really liked it a lot. I saw it at least 4 times because, my God, what a take! What a take that I was just kind of like, the nitpick side of me was just like, really? Younger Days Batman? It's like, okay, I'm glad it's not an origin, but like, really? Year 2 Batman? Okay, fine, whatever. That was my only nitpick, but then seeing the movie was just like, holy fuck, this is definitely a different take, and to the point where I always laughed at people that were just like, this just feels like a Christopher Nolan Batman movie. It's like, it is definitely fucking not. Like, if you actually paid attention what's going on, and just like, this is not Christopher Nolan Batman at all. Like, even how they characterize Batman in the Batman is totally different from fucking, what's it called, Bale's Batman. And sure, you can maybe say the only similarity is that realism tone. Yeah, it's like, that's the only comparison I can see, but this feels even more like real. Like, I don't know. But either way, I think it's bullshit that they delayed the Batman Part 2 once again. So, but either way, I will be there. In any event, Avengers Doomsday. The first teaser trailer has been released. Now, this is supposedly what they showed at Comic-Con. And oh my god, like, when people were describing what happens in this teaser before we ever got it, it was just like, this is fucking, okay, this is cool. But now to actually see it, I'm just like, oh yeah. There's some X-Men, there's some Avengers, Thor narrating the whole thing. It's just like, dude, I'm so ready. And of course, the money shot being Doom blocking Thor's strike with Stormbreaker, blocking it with 2 fingers. It's just like, what the flying fuck? Because that's just like, that to me is kind of almost screaming God Emperor Doom to me. Like, it's just like, oh, this feels like they're taking some inspiration from God Emperor Doom, who's just got all the fucking power in the world. To me, Doom is kind of like, especially nowadays in the comics, Doom just like this, in the sense of like the power scale, Doom is kind of like what Batman is to DC. Whereas with Doctor Doom for Marvel, the comparison being is that Doom can just do anything just because he's smart. He's got the intelligence or whatever. Doom dealing with magic and tech or whatever. It's crazy. Like, Doctor Doom can get very, very complex or whatever. But I also like the fact that we hear Robert Downey Jr. using an accent, which is like, okay, that's cool. That's pretty cool that he's gonna, he decided to go with an accent. I really thought that's really great, because now you can distinct from him playing Doom and Iron Man now. I thoroughly liked it, and seeing that image with Doom's eyes or whatever blocking that strike, it's just like, oh my fucking god. I just chills galore. I mean, I don't know what else to say, man. I'm very much looking forward to it. And Kevin Feige came out, and, well, didn't come out, but he was asked, how did he feel about people saying there's no build-up, which I couldn't agree more. And essentially, it's just, really, you don't really get to know Thanos until Infinity War. I mean, that's it. The only thing, and before that, you get him in 2 post-credit scenes, and then you basically get like him in Guardians of the Galaxy, where it's revealed that he just wants the Power Stone from Ronan, and he's the father of Gamora and Nebula, and that's kind of it. No real characterization in him or whatever. It's not till you get to Infinity War where you get to know the guy. And sure, you could say, well, we build up to him through the Infinity Stones. It's like, really? So you want the MacGuffin? You want the basically, you want MacGuffins to, lead up to a bad guy. I don't get that logic at all. I mean, because, hey, the MacGuffins in the Multiverse Saga, it's like, oh yeah, there's, the MacGuffins are there. I'm sure this is going to play into Doomsday, which is, there's multiverse incursions happening or whatever. I mean, through Loki, through we saw it with Spider-Man No Way Home. We saw it with Doctor Strange. Like, the multiverse stuff, little plot threads are there. Who knows how it's going to tie into Doomsday? No idea. But as far as, like, building up the character of Doom, I mean, I don't think it fucking matters, honestly. I really don't. And I think where all this build-up is coming from fans itself, whether, you know, you're a fan of the MCU or just a fan of the comics, of, like, you know, specifically probably towards the comics, because anybody that has read enough Doom just knows how deadly and awesome that character can be. But I don't think you need movies to set up Doom as a character. It's just like, nah, man, you just pull the Infinity War card. Or like any great villain in any movie ever. Like, for example, you know, the first Black Panther, Killmonger. We didn't have any setup for him or whatever. And sure, I'm sure the pushback of me saying that is probably, well, this is an Avengers movie. You gotta set him up. Like how they were setting up Kang. To which I would say, yeah, sure, if you want to. But, like, let's be honest. Was anybody gonna, like, if they kept with Kang, you know, putting aside the Jonathan Major stuff, Kang was not a cool character in the MCU, unfortunately. I mean, he was intriguing when we saw him in Loki or whatever, or he who, I don't even know what he was called in Loki. The man with no name. I don't know. But we got our first taste of, like, Kang and Ant-Man. And he was great. He was pretty good as a character. But then he suffers at the hand of Ant-Man, and it's just kind of like, that's not gonna, okay, that's not good. I mean, it especially isn't great because of the fact that, you know, Kang was the saving grace of that whole movie, and everything around it is just kind of like, eh. But Kang having a line in Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania, having a line going, did I kill you before? I've killed a lot of Avengers, you know, with Thor and all. Like, he name drops Avengers, and he can't handle a dude who can control ants. Can't beat a dude who, like, fucking Ant-Man. He got beat by Ant-Man. He got killed by Ant-Man. And then you show us a post-credit scene in that movie, and we're just supposed to be like, oh my god, Kang is a threat because there's more variants of him. It's like, dude, he got beat by Ant-Man. Like, I mean, okay, these guys might be stronger, okay, but, like, who fucking cares? Like, we already lost the Kang that we saw in Ant-Man. It's just like, I don't think seeing a variant of a villain and more of him, more variants of Kang, is gonna, like, you know, is a great build-up to Kang Dynasty. It's just kind of like, you know, because that movie just leaves you just being like, well, that was not good. Like, not good. I mean, my god. I mean, Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania somehow just delivered to be the worst MCU movie out there. I don't think it's good. I mean, the only saving grace is, like, you know, performance-wise, everybody does good, but, like, the plot and the character, it's just, yeah, I don't know, man. But I don't think I trust in what they do with Avengers Doomsday, because they got one of the writers who has been writing for the MCU movie since, like, Captain America 1. They got one of the guys. I mean, this is the same writer that wrote, you know, it used to be two of them, but it's just one of them now. They wrote all the Captain America movies. They wrote Infinity War and Endgame. And it's just like, okay, I trust them with this. I mean, I if anything, I'm just looking forward to it, because I'm just like, I'm super fucking curious about it. It's like, okay, this is where we're going to get this could be really fun and good, or this can be like a fucking train wreck for all I know, because multiverse can get ridiculous and pretty stupid, like, and just not fun at all. Like, we'll see. I mean, again, seeing the X-Men, a version of the X-Men, because I don't know how anyone believes that this is the same X-Men that we saw from the Fox. It's like, it's not the same. It's like, yeah, it's being played by the same actors, but this is clearly not the same fucking X-Men we met in the first X-Men movie in 2000 or whatever. This is clearly different. Like, this is a different X-Men universe. So, and then just seeing Namor, I love seeing Namor. Love seeing the Fantastic Four, and seeing my favorite MCU character with Chris Evans as Steve Rogers coming back, and hey pal, just oh my god, getting that hammer, and I loved it. And no, I do not believe for a second that's Hydra Cap, because why would Mjolnir like go to Steve? Why would it go to Hydra Steve? That makes no sense. I'm pretty sure Mjolnir can tell if someone's bad, like if someone's not worthy. Pretty sure that's how that works, because it's fucking magic, or however Thor described it in the first Thor movie. But in any event, Avengers Doomsday, I'm really looking forward to it. And Secret Wars, I look forward to it as well, because god damn it, I'm ready to move out of this fucking multiverse saga nonsense at this point. It's just time to get rid of this fucking multiverse bullshit. So, but yeah, sticking on trailers. How about that Clayface trailer though? DC Studios' Clayface. Oh my god, written by one of the GOATs, Mike Flanagan. My god. This finally gave us a story, and I mean, it's typical. If you know your Clayface or whatever, it's basically a man who gets disfigured, goes to a thing to, improve his face to look all nice and whatnot, but of course, he wants revenge, and his powers are just kind of like, in the beginning, not working or whatever. And yeah, man, I love the dark and like depressing it's gonna be or whatever. After Supergirl, it's just like, man, Clayface cannot get here any sooner. As far as movie wise goes, at least. Yeah, Clayface just has always looked fucking interesting. I mean, I was already there. Like, the moment they, talked about a Clayface thing with Mike Flanagan, I was like, you have me there already. You just if this was just a Clayface movie just because, I would have been like, I mean, okay, I can see it. I mean, a horror movie, yeah, I can see it, but now that you have Mike Flanagan writing it, I wish he was directing it, but whatever. But it seems like, I don't even know who the director is, but it seems like the director's really, making sure that writing is going to good use, because my god, it's just gross looking, creepy, and fuck, I can't wait. I cannot fucking wait. I really, really would love to see a win by DC. I mean, I thought it a disappointment at Supergirl, but that's neither here or there. But still, in any event, I really liked it. Really liked the trailer. Just seeing him possibly cutting his eye open, because God, just like, oh my god, there's so much in there that's just like, ugh. Just like, oh god, I'm ready for it. I can't wait, honestly. Not much to talk about Clayface, honestly, but man, is there a lot to talk about that I could with that new Lanterns trailer. Oh my god, I want to say I was on break at work when this dropped, or when I at least saw it. First things first, I just gotta say it. I posted a thing on Threads months ago, probably back in, I think it was October of last year. Was it October of last year? Sometime last year, where I posted a thing saying, okay, because we know Lanterns is a detective story, a murder mystery, would it be crazy? Would it be, I think who the villains could be manhunters. Could it be manhunters that are people that committed the crime or whatever. And, yep, they confirmed that. And here I am just, like, clapping, cheering, because I'm just like, oh my god, I fucking nailed it. Holy shit. I mean, I'm clearly not the only one that nailed, like, that manhunters could be involved. But the fact that my speculation was right, I was just like, holy fucking shit. I cannot believe I actually predicted that. Holy fuck. I cannot wait. But yeah, man, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say other than I cannot fucking wait to see a fucking Manhunter in a Green Lantern show. So in any event, besides that, we get more of the story. Sinestro was cool, and I'm just gonna say it now. I think this should not be a surprise to anybody. Sinestro's gonna be in it for like a scene, and that's it. A scene, and that is it. And that is totally fine with me, honestly. But the whole trailer, you know, and even Sinestro says it, has Hal admitting that, yeah, Hal knows that John Stewart is his replacement. And now it's really piecing everything to fucking together. Why Hal is kind of an asshole to John? Because it's just like, he knows he's being replaced, and it's like, no wonder he's such an asshole. I just always assumed, oh, it's an old school, you know, begrudgingly trying to teach the new class or whatever, all that stuff. But no, there's actually just like this idea of like, they're trying to retire Hal Jordan. And it's just like, fuck, dude. And I personally don't want this to happen. But the big speculation is that Hal Jordan's going to die in this show, and I personally don't want that. I mean, if you're gonna, you know, if the story calls for him to like have to retire or whatever, you don't have to kill the man. Don't have to kill the guy. It's like, why can't characters just live on, you know, in happy retirement or whatever? Like, come on, that, like, how is that fair? I mean, I personally hope that doesn't happen. I mean, hey, if you're not going to use Hal Jordan in any other, like, story in the DCU or whatever, it's like, you still don't have to kill him. Like, come on. Like, but yeah, it's just so much. And also, there's a lot of fucking green for everyone that was complaining. There's a lot of fucking green in here. Green Lantern shit, that's for damn sure. Yeah, dude, I cannot fucking wait for this. This is going to be great. I mean, it's coming from HBO, and HBO is not one to make a bad show, honestly. I mean, they got, what is it, one or two critically are bad shows, but for the most part, I mean, dude, last DC project that they did, well, yeah, last project the DCU, well, it's not even a DCU, but the last DC project they did was it, what's it called? Was it The Penguin? Or was it Peacemaker Season 2? Either way, HBO and DC, I mean, dude, it's just like HBO knows who to hire when it comes to shows and such. And, you know, yeah, the season finale of Peacemaker wasn't all that or whatever, but, like, this is still the GOAT of making primetime shows, HBO. I mean, look at The Penguin. The Penguin just, like, fucking knocked it out of the park. That show, like, that's due for a rewatch too, man. Like, I just, oh my god. But yeah, this Lantern show, I look forward to it. I look forward to it so fucking much. Like, I cannot imagine what this is gonna be like, just watching it week to week. I look forward to it, man. I really can't. But in any event, San Diego Comic-Con happened, and we got some casting news. So, Black Panther 3 is officially happening, and we have David Jonsson as T'Challa Jr. David Jonsson, who everybody recognized, people who love this news will, because of the fact that he was really good in Alien Romulus. He played a, what did they call it? what do they call the robots in Alien? I'm not sure, but essentially he played a robot, and his performance was damn good. I mean, going from, a very, upbeat robot to a very cynical robot when he gets rebooted or whatever. He was great in that. And he was even better in, I feel, The Long Walk, which I felt so stupid when I was like, because I posted on Threads saying, I look forward to this. I mean, I thought he was really good. I only know him through Alien Romulus, but then I remembered, holy shit, he's the guy. He's like the second lead in The Long Walk. Holy fuck! I was like, oh my god. Now I love this news even more because he was in one of my favorite movies last year. He was so fucking good in The Long Walk. You wanted everything for the best for that character. And David Jonsson as T'Challa Jr. in Black Panther 3, which seems to confirm what I think some of us are feeling, is that after Secret Wars, there's gonna be some sort of reset. I mean, Kevin Feige said it's not gonna be a reboot of sorts or whatever, but I think it's not gonna be a full reboot, but there are some things that are gonna change and some things are gonna remain the same. And I look forward to it. I mean, what the story of Black Panther 3 could be, I have no fucking clue. I have no idea. I mean, clearly the timeline is going to change in some way where T'Challa Jr. is now King of Wakanda of sorts. Like, who knows? Because, and it's probably going to be very fucking confusing if you're just watching the Black Panther 3, the Black Panther movie solely, at least. Because I feel like, yeah, T'Challa Jr. probably has a role in Secret Wars at some point. I'm sure, at some point. But yeah, man, I really love this for him. I love that he's getting to, lead in Black Panther. And, while I kind of wish it was, T'Challa, the fairly obvious that it was going to be T'Challa Jr., I get it. I really do. I'm glad it's not, Shuri's movie in Black Panther 3. I mean, I love her or whatever, and I loved how they made her the Black Panther in the movie. I really did, and whatnot. But I just don't see how, Shuri can lead another Black Panther movie, honestly, because I think for the character itself, I mean, she loves science. I mean, only reason why she did it, which, I mean, from a writing standpoint, really didn't make any sense. And Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, didn't really make sense why she should have been given it when there were other people that were qualified to take on the Black Panther mantle, like M'Baku or Lupita Nyong'o's character. What's her name? Fuck, it's been a minute. But essentially, Lupita Nyong'o's character, she should have been Black Panther, or even oh my god, what the hell are they called? The Warriors, the Wakandan Warriors. Oh my god, the women, the bald-headed demon, like her. I mean, they're all fighters. Like, why did you pick someone who clearly is more capable of the science and all that stuff? Why would you pick her? Because from a writing standpoint, it makes no sense. I mean, sure, the drama of it is that this is the sister of T'Challa. I get that part. But at the same time, it's like, this could have been her movie too. But I don't think she needed to take on the Black Panther mantle. But it is what it is. I still like the movie in general, so... but yeah, David Jonsson as T'Challa Jr., I'm definitely fucking for it. I look forward to see what even Black Panther 3 is going to look like. I look forward to that. And Denzel Washington may still have a role in Black Panther 3. I know he dropped that bombshell where he was saying he has a role in Black Panther 3 because he's been talking to Ryan Coogler. So that's great. Yeah, look forward to it. Because, I mean, I love both Black Panther movies, honestly. I really enjoy them a lot. So, in other casting news, we got the fan cast of Ryan Gosling is now going to lead a Ghost Rider movie. Great. My only pause is directed by Shawn Levy, which I'm like, okay, I'm for a Ghost Rider movie. Shawn Levy gives me pause because it's like, okay, he did Deadpool and Wolverine. It's just like, I'm sure it's not going to be a comedic take, but I'm just like, not a name I was, not a name I would have gone with. Knowing Ghost Rider and how supernatural and horror that could be, I was thinking, you could get like a guy like Scott Derrickson, who did the first Doctor Strange, get a horror director to do Ghost Rider. I mean, we're going to be dealing with hell in some sorts, or whatever. But in any event, I'm sure the reason why they want Shawn Levy is because, obviously, he directed Deadpool and Wolverine, which is a fun fucking movie. I love that. I really, really had fun with Deadpool and Wolverine, so it makes sense. That movie made all the money in the world. Plus, I'm sure Disney is happy with what he did with Star Wars Starfighter, which also stars Ryan Gosling. So, either or, I'm just going to sit and wait. I mean, I look forward to it. I mean, outside of that, I've seen Shawn Levy direct things. Did he do Free Guy? I can't remember if he did Free Guy or not. But The Adam Project, I really like The Adam Project. I mean, that's a Ryan Reynolds movie, but then Real Steel I remember liking as well. So it's not all doom and gloom. I just have a little pause of like, why Shawn Levy? Okay, whatever. But, knowing his track record and future track record with Star Wars, I mean, we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, Ryan Gosling being the Ghost Rider. I'm sure this is Johnny Blaze because I'm sure Ghost Rider's going to take place after Secret Wars. I believe it's after Secret Wars. Yeah, I look forward to it. And, it's going to be set after the multiverse saga and everything. And so I highly doubt we'll see, variant Ghost Rider Nicolas Cage come back or whatever. Which, yeah, no, you don't need to bring it back. I mean, I like Ghost Rider, his Ghost Rider movie. I especially love the absurdity of Ghost Rider Spirit of Vengeance. I've come around to that and just like, you know what? This movie's so stupidly absurd. I just can't help but love it now. I'm just like, there are some things I just really fucking dig. I like that the skull is black now for some reason, but whatever. And I just love how unstable Johnny Blaze is in that movie. Kind of like it. But yeah, Ryan Gosling being Johnny Blaze, Ghost Rider, just excites me. I mean, that dude is on top of the world. I mean, he's always been a really damn good actor to me. Because, I mean, I think I really took notice of him when I saw Blade Runner 2049. No, I'm sorry. Going even further back. The Nice Guys with Russell Crowe. Fucking funny fucking dude. And then seeing him in Blade Runner 2049. Just like... And then Barbie, and then Project Hail Mary. Like, alright, Ryan Gosling's got it. Like, he can definitely play. Like, he's a really damn good actor. And I looked forward to seeing what this take on Ghost Rider is, honestly. And yeah, especially because it's just like, well, now they have a reason to bring back Sacha Baron Cohen. Cohen? I don't know. Borat himself. They can bring him back as Mephisto. Because while I didn't watch Ironheart, it just didn't look all that interesting to me. I thought the scene that I saw from the show online, I mean, it's not a bad casting choice. I mean, him playing Mephisto, it's like, yeah, I can see him playing Mephisto, and then that shot of his reflection where he's all in red and has the yellow eyes or whatever. I just thought, okay, you know what? I would like to see that. So it's just like, yeah, bring Sacha Baron Cohen back as Mephisto in this Ghost Rider movie. I would like to see that. I mean, kind of hope it's an origin story, but if not, whatever. So there's that. So during Comic-Con, we officially got the confirmation that Blade is no longer happening anymore. It started with Kevin Feige being asked about it and how he said he feels like a total loser for not getting that started or whatever. So that was the first confirmation. Then Mahershala Ali basically came out and was like, look, I was under contract, and being in the business for as long as I have, if they wanted to make a Blade movie, we would have made a Blade movie. And I just, it's been 7 fucking years since they announced that movie. And with all the directors and writers that have come and gone or whatever, I just thought, yeah, this movie's not happening. I've always been in the belief of this movie is totally not happening. And to finally both have Kevin Feige and Mahershala Ali say that essentially it's not happening, I'm just glad it's done. Now we can move the fuck on from, hey, is Blade ever going to happen? No, it's not. Like, I would just, I just got tired of, like, the question of, is Blade going to happen? No. I never believed it was happening. Like, once we hit, 3 years after, or maybe, was it 4 years after, of nothing from Blade, and hearing all that news about it coming and go, it's just like, dude, Blade's not happening. The fact that we haven't seen any movement at all, like, I just never believed it was happening. And to finally have both of them come out and essentially say, yeah, it's just not going to happen anymore. It's just great. Now they can move on, stop wasting the money on it, just move on from it. I mean, at the same time, it is just like, dude kills vampires. I mean, what, is it really that hard? I mean, okay, maybe in universe, how do you explain that the vampires were always there? I don't know. But you could have figured something out, honestly. So, but yeah, I'm sure we will get a Blade in the future, but for right now, it's not looking like it's on the cards anymore, which is totally fine with me, honestly, because I can wait. I can wait on Blade. Personally, with that being said, no, I would not want to see Wesley Snipes come back as Blade, honestly. It's just like, it was fun seeing him in Deadpool and Wolverine, but no, I don't need to see old man Blade passing the sword on to a younger person to take on the Blade mantle or whatever. It's like, I don't need that. Like, give me Blade in his fucking prime, or give me a Blade with an origin story. I don't know, but just like, give me Blade. Just give me Blade. So yeah, not an old man Blade. So yeah, glad it's finally confirmed that that's not happening anymore. So post Comic-Con, post San Diego Comic-Con, we got X-Men casting. Official X-Men fucking casting. Samara Weaving has been cast as Emma Frost. I read this and was like, oh my god. Oh my god. The White Queen herself. Oh my god. Emma Frost. Not the first casting of this character was I expecting it. I wasn't expecting that our first official cast of an X-Men character would be Emma Frost. And there's supposedly a rumor where they're fast-tracking this casting. I don't know how true it is, but there's a fast casting to get the X-Men so that they can announce this at D23. I don't believe it. I really don't believe it, because if anything, casting like this has been probably going on for months, for the X-Men. It's probably been going on for months, probably a year. But Samara Weaving cast as Emma Frost, I haven't seen her in things. I know primarily she's been the star of the Ready or Not movies. I haven't seen those. I've seen her in some things, but not to the point where I remember her or whatever. It's like, oh yeah, because I looked up her IMDb and I was like, I remember that movie. I remember that, but I don't remember her specifically. But if there's anything to take away from those Ready or Not movies, people seem to like her. And also, fun fact, I didn't know this. She's the niece of Hugo Weaving, Red Skull himself. I just think it's great. I really like this cast though, honestly, because hey, if people like her, I mean, who am I to deny? It's like when Millie Alcock was cast as Supergirl. Before I ever saw House of the Dragon, I took everybody's word that she's great because of House of the Dragon. And then seeing her in House of the Dragon, I was like, holy fuck. Yeah, I can see this girl playing Supergirl. I mean, different from her character from House of the Dragon, but still. But yeah, Samara Weaving cast as Emma Frost. Now, with this being confirmed, does that mean the Hellfire Club will be a part of, is the Hellfire Club going to be the villains of this first MCU X-Men movie? Because if it is, I'm very, very curious. Very curious about it. I mean, I don't know what else there is to say, honestly, other than it's going to be very curious. Because, yeah, it's just, I mean, the wheels are spinning. I'm just like, we got a Hellfire Club from X-Men First Class. I mean, they were the villains, essentially. But yeah, I'm just very curious about this casting choice. And just the idea that this is the first character that is confirmed for the X-Men movie. I look forward to it. I mean, who knows what the X-Men lineup is going to be, but I like it. I like it already. It just feels like this is definitely new stuff. We're definitely heading to new territory. Dude, the lineup, the X-Men lineup could be anybody. I mean, it doesn't have to be the traditional X-Men. With how X-Men 97's going, it's like, it might not even be that lineup. It might not. I mean, we'll just have to wait and see. All I know is that I love where this new X-Men movie is probably going. So, but yeah, the fact that we finally got our first official casting for X-Men, it's just it's so exciting. I already like the director that they got with the guy that did Thunderbolts. I'm just like, okay, that's a good choice. That is such a good choice, especially after seeing Thunderbolts. It's like, yeah, I can totally see it. I can totally see why. Because I thought what he did with the writing and directing all those actors and that whole plot was just like, I mean, hey, sometimes keeping it in-house is a good idea. So, in any event, with that all out of the way, let's talk about it. Let's talk about Spider-Man Brand New Day. It is on the road to make $1 billion fucking dollars. I mean, as of recording, it has already beaten Endgame's opening weekend with $360 million domestically. It's beat its fucking opening. And this movie, it just came out. It literally just came out this past Friday and Thursday. And, with Amazon, the early access on Wednesday. It's basically been out for one fucking weekend. And as of this recording, worldwide, it's at $932 million. 932 million. It is hitting $1 billion sometime this week. And that's fucking crazy to me. I mean, I always assumed this movie was going to be big. I didn't realize how fucking hyped people were for this fucking movie. I didn't realize, and even when the projections were coming out, I didn't know what to expect. I was just like, this movie's getting insane. Like, the numbers and everything is just like, holy fuck. I mean, you know, like I always said leading up to this movie, I always said, you know, it's been like 5 years since the last Spider-Man movie. The Spider-Man Tom Holland movies, at least, with No Way Home. No Way Home was almost 5 years ago. And, you know, I certainly wasn't clamoring for another Spider-Man movie because, I mean, my God, No Way Home was entertaining as hell. We got Maguire and Garfield in those movies to come back one last time and interact with Tom Holland's Spider-Man. And I just, you know, that was the full course meal right there. Like, I was just full of Spider-Man. And I wasn't feeling any kind of fatigue or whatever, but, you know, but as time went on or whatever, you know, I wasn't really thinking about the next Tom Holland Spider-Man. So when they started to film it last year, and finally announced that it was coming out, and with Destin Daniel Craig directing this movie, the guy that did Shang-Chi, I was like, oh, that's cool, we're getting a Spider-Man movie. And ever since, I'm just like, you know what? It feels right to get another Tom Holland Spider-Man movie. Just feels right. I mean, I'm not foaming at the mouth for it or whatever, but like, it was just like, it just kind of warmed my soul, just being like, wow, we're really getting another Spider-Man movie. That's amazing. I now more than ever, it feels right to get another one, honestly. And, dude, I'll just say, the first thing I can only really say is when the movie ended, when I first saw it, was, wow, that was really great. I took my old nan to go see it, and that's the first thing I could say. I was like, wow, that was really great. And I saw it again today. And yeah, man, I love this movie. This movie's definitely going to be on my top 10. I would be shocked if this isn't on my top 10. I mean, my God, if, you know, like I said with Odyssey, if I had to make a top 10 today, yeah, Spider-Man Brand New Day is definitely going to be on that list. Oh my God. I'm shocked. I mean, so, no spoilers. Obviously, no spoilers, but, I mean, if I wanted to spoil things or whatever, I mean, it making 932 million, I mean, that's a lot of fucking people. Even with the domestic numbers, 360 million, it's like, I could spoil this movie, but you know what? I'm not going to. Because, you know, let me build up to it. So essentially, with no spoilers, and just going off those trailers or whatever, because whatever they put out in trailers, I will talk about. First things first, I love the plot of this. I love how simple it is. I really love how simple it is, and the Peter Parker stuff is amazing. I mean, in the trailers, we see that he's going through some tough times. He misses his friends, especially misses his girlfriend. Yeah, I mean, you know, it like, being 30 and watching that was just like, yeah, adulthood can definitely be lonely. It can definitely suck and be lonely, and just like, it just feels so real and tangible. Yeah, I love that aspect of it a lot, and with his powers mutating, it's great, you know. I love that whole storyline. The Hulk stuff was amazing. Frank Castle, that's one thing I'll say, is that Frank Castle being in this played by the great Jon Bernthal, was great. I mean, he's in it more than you would think. And that was shocking to me. That was the most shocking thing. It's like, he's in it more than I thought he was. And he actually plays a role in the movie. Like, he's a supporting character, and I kind of loved it. But I think what I really loved most about this whole movie is that, yeah, you feel this is a very much like, you feel New York as a person or whatever. Like, it's so lively, it's all this stuff, and it being a New York-based plot is just wonderful. I really like that. Yeah, this is very much a grounded kind of, like, story or whatever. And because, you know, if you remember, there was that story out there that was saying, you know, Sony wants to do a multiverse movie, while Marvel wants to do a like boots on the ground kind of deal or whatever. To which I was like, it's good that Marvel won, because if anything, it just shows that, you know, you don't need to go bigger and better, you know? Like, you don't need to go beyond, you don't need to top what No Way Home did or whatever. You can bring it back down. You can have this sort of reset, if you will, with Peter Parker. And, you know, I'll say it, I mean, not a lot of people will give credit to what I'm about to say, but, like, I like the John Watts Spider-Man movies. There's a lot of people that will definitely love to nitpick or whatever, or have some criticisms with the home trilogy, which I can understand or whatever, but, like, to the people that nitpick the shit out of those movies, I'm just like, but you can't really appreciate Brand New Day without those movies setting us up to where we are now. I mean, because, I mean, there's clearly, like, flashes to those movies and such, and my God, when Peter's supposed to be feeling a certain thing, it's because of what we've seen in those previous 3 movies. I mean, to which is just like, I just love that. I love that there's some sort of, like, there's a continuation, but also there's, like, this sort of respect of what came before to get us to where we are now with the heartstring moments. I'm just shocked. I love that about this movie, honestly, because again, I like those. I like the John Watts movies, honestly. I mean, I thought what he did with those 3 movies were really good and fun. I don't know what else to say. I mean, honestly, it's like, you know, you can cry about Iron Boy Jr. or whatever. I don't care. That didn't bother me at all. It's just like, it's just kind of nice that this is kind of a new take on Spider-Man or whatever. And to go through that journey to where he is now, it's just like, now we're seeing what everybody wants. Traditional Spider-Man. I mean, there was definitely elements of traditional Spider-Man in the storytelling in the previous 3 movies or whatever. I mean, because the basic point of, you know, Spider-Man is like, he's like the common man. He's like the everyday person or whatever. I mean, with struggles and everything, and ultimately with Peter Parker, it's just like, he can't have the things that he wants. That's his, like, struggle, is that he can't have the things that he wants because of, you know, his responsibility as Spider-Man. I mean, and dude, I think that's where this movie comes in, to the point where, you know, I saw a lot of people before I even saw this movie were just like, you know, this is the best Tom Holland Spider-Man movie. And to that, it's just kind of like, it's hard to disagree with them, honestly. It's really hard. I'm not there yet. I don't know if I'll ever be there, because, you know, my favorite of these Tom Holland Spider-Man movies is Homecoming, and I still feel like that is the best one. But at the same time, it's just kind of like, this is definitely edging out that. I mean, but I'm trying to not see it as like, well, because it's my favorite, that's why I think it's the best. I just have to look at the overall thing. It's just like, this might be the best one. I mean, I can't deny it. I mean, it's not my favorite because, like I said, Homecoming's still my favorite, but like, of all the four, which is the best one? Yeah, Brand New Day. Just because of what they do with Peter Parker's character. I mean, sure, some people that feel that same way, that, or at least feel that Homecoming is the best one, will make that excuse of, well, you can't have this movie without Homecoming. Yeah, but at the same time, it's just like, I don't know, man. When you look at how this movie is directed and everything, it's just like, it's hard to like even argue with the people that feel that this is the best one. Because yeah, I'm slowly but surely will get there to be like, yeah, this might be the best Tom Holland Spider-Man movie, honestly. It's not my favorite, but at the same time, it's probably the best. And who knows, maybe one day when I see it enough, I'll say that this is my favorite one. Yeah, I don't know how far I'll go. Now, I will say, as far as it goes, I will say people who say this is the best Spider-Man movie, theatrically, it's better than Spider-Man 2, that's where I'm just kind of like, I don't know if I'm going to say that. I don't know if I want to say that. Because I don't know if I can go that far with it, honestly. I don't know if I can go far as saying that's the best Spider-Man movie, theatrically wise. A lot of people are saying it's better than Spider-Man 2, which I'm like, maybe? I mean, I could see why someone would prefer this over Spider-Man 2, but I don't know. And I don't even think Spider-Man 2 is the best Spider-Man movie, honestly. To me, I think the best Spider-Man movie is Spider-Man to the Spider-Verse, the first movie. I feel like Spider-Man to Spider-Verse is probably the best Spider-Man movie out there, honestly. And of course, people who are going to want to know, well, okay, because those are animated movies, what about the live action? What's the best live action Spider-Man movie? To me, it's just like, it's hard to ignore Spider-Man 2, honestly. I mean, Spider-Man 2 and Spider-Man Brand New Day, I mean, God, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I'm leaning more towards Spider-Man 2 because of how self-contained it is. Whereas with, and I hate saying this, but like the MCU stuff being a part of this, because it's the MCU world, it's the MCU New York or whatever, it's not very self-contained. You got all these wacky characters or whatever, but like they don't hinder the movie by any means. They don't really kill the movie by any means. They just fit in with the plot and everything. But I think with Spider-Man 2, I still think it's the best one because of how it is very much Spider-Man's world or whatever. It's very much, he's the only superhero there. He's the one solving these crimes in New York. So, but I mean, yeah, that's where I kind of like will definitely disagree with people who think Brand New Day is better than Spider-Man 2. It's just like, that's the only one aspect I can say. That's the only aspect of why I feel Spider-Man 2 is still the best live-action Spider-Man movie, at least. But in any event, I'm shocked. I'm really shocked. I think one of my favorite things about this whole movie is, when it gets to the credits, it just shows the everyday life of New York City. And I'm just like, man, that's a nice touch because this really was a New York City kind of movie or whatever. And I love that. I really love that. What else? Non-spoilers. You know what I really love, though? I really love the suit. I mean, again, it's not my favorite Spider-Man suit. My favorite Spider-Man suit is that Homecoming suit with the Stark suit, essentially. I love that. Very Steve Ditko design. I love it. I love that so much. I think it's the best. But with Brand New Day, I mean, I can't deny. I think the suit looks amazing because I will say, with the Home trilogy, even with Homecoming, as much as I like that suit or whatever, visually, sometimes, yeah, Spider-Man kind of looks plasticky, too smooth or whatever, Whereas with Brand New Day, because of how, and I think it's just the webbing on the suit or whatever, because of how authentic and, tangible that suit visually looks, it's incredible. It looks visually amazing because of the raised webbing on his suit. Makes him look like, yeah, there's a dude in a suit on set with that suit on. I buy it. I buy it so much. And, the suit is incredible. I really love the design of it. But, again, it's just that idea that it's very tangible, and I love it. I love it so much, and I really dig it a lot. So, in any event, that's really all I can say. I mean, I think, performance-wise, Tom Holland fucking nails it. But let's talk spoilers. So the worst-kept secret, I can confirm, Jean Grey is in the movie, played by Sadie Sink. A part of me wonders, would the movie get to where it is if they put Jean Grey in the movie? In the trailers, I mean? I don't think so. I think the success of this Spider-Man movie is, for one, it's fucking Spider-Man. We've had 24 years of Spider-Man movies. We've had, 3 for Tobey, 2 for Garfield, so that's 5. 2 for the Spider-Verse movies, that's 7. And now we got 4 with Tom Holland. We have 11 movies based around Spider-Man. I mean, dude. Spider-Man's been around for a long time. Theatrically, he's been around for 11 fucking movies. He's been around for 24 years, yeah. I think, and, because that almost that 5-year gap, since the last movie, people have been yearning for Spider-Man, honestly. I mean, you'll never, he's my favorite comic book character, but you'll never see Batman make those numbers. You will not, I don't think we'll ever see Batman make those kind of numbers, honestly. I mean, and it also helps that we've had Tom Holland as Spider-Man for 10 years now, ever since Civil War came out. It's crazy. But, yeah, I don't think putting Jean Grey in this would have boosted even more numbers. Nah, man. If the box office is showing anything, people just love Spider-Man. They just love it. I mean, so the gist of the plot is essentially Jean Grey is after something called VMAX. Turns out she's looking for her sister, Sarah Grey. And, my God, I think Sadie Sink as Jean Grey, which I will just say my X-Men theory right now, since we have Samara Weaving cast as Emma Frost, if Emma Frost is a character, I could definitely see, Emma Frost trying to recruit Jean Grey to be part of her Hellfire Club. Because, maybe Jean Grey will look up to Emma Frost as a big sister, that sort of, replacement of, a replacement of Sarah Grey, that big sister that she looks up to. I can see that happening, honestly, and I feel like she could join, because at the end of the day, while yes, she got that amazing, beautiful, talk in the mind of Spider-Man with Aunt May, that pain doesn't really go away. I'm sure that pain, that grief will always be there, but she'll still want to be a better person. I just love that. Oh my God, there are so many things I could talk about. For starters, I'll start with the smaller things. The hand. The hands, I was not expecting that at all. Like, because again, seeing all that stuff, I'm just like, what the fuck is going on? I mean, clearly the montage in the beginning was great, but seeing that the hand, because I'm a Daredevil fan, I was like, what the fuck is this going to be all about? Sure enough, Damage Control has some sort of control on the hand, because I don't believe for a second that the hand is in control of themselves, wanting to take orders, but at the same time, I forget his character's name, the director of Damage Control, basically were just like, well, these are, essentially these are kids, these are children, or whatever. I don't believe for a second this is the full extent of the hand. These are clearly younger children of the hand. And they need a leader of sorts. They could be controlled by them, or they could just be, taking, his orders or whatever. But at the same time, I'm just feeling like, okay, I feel like in Daredevil Season 3, because we've seen set photos of Elektra on the set, so there's clearly going to be different factions of the hand, because it's just like, this is not the hand that I was expecting, honestly. It's just like, oh, this is one faction of the hand. Okay, cool. That whole fight with Spider-Man at the end, very fucking cool. I love that. I love that there is there is an actual mutation going on with Peter, and now he has officially, he's mutated to the point where he doesn't need web shooters anymore. And I feel like a build up to that was pretty cool. I mean, I will miss the web shooters, but like, I think the movie earns it. I feel like the character earns the whole organic webs. I think that's cool because it's a mutation to the point where all started because he's so stressed out and shit like that. I love that. Peter inventing basically the start of repressing powers. Specifically, we're probably going to see that plot thread in the X-Men at some point. Repressing his powers. I love that. And I just love the fact that the fight with the Hulk started off with Jean Grey being in Banner's head as Professor Hulk, and then being knocked out, and then Banner just losing control and we see Savage Hulk. Holy fucking shit, that was great. I love that line. No Banner, no girl, only Hulk. Holy fuck, dude. Like, and Peter's response where he's just like, I didn't know you could get that big. Like, just like, Jesus Christ. Like, and it makes me hopeful for the Hulk, because it's just like, yeah, I'm ready for Savage Hulk. I'm ready for the Monster Hulk. I'm ready for the Hulk to be destructive again. Honestly, I can't wait. I hope we get more Destructive Hulk. And, everybody in this movie serves, like, every character serves the role that they were giving in this movie, honestly. Even someone like Frank Castle, which during that whole fight, I just love how, Hulk Professor Hulk stomps the ground, and Frank is like, oh shit, like, his reaction was just great. John Bernthal was great, always killed it. I had mixed feelings about, one last kill or whatever, which is totally not on him by any means. His performance, he always brings it. But seeing him work with Tom Holland Spider-Man, just great. I mean, definitely just the same attitude, everything. Like, it was John Bernthal as Punisher. This is the Punisher that we saw in, what's it called? And Daredevil, that one special, like, his own series. It's like, no, this is the same fucking dude. Like, I totally buy it. And even at the end, I mean, I'll get there, but what happens at the end, I just thought, holy fucking shit. Like, But in any event, I mean, and seeing Yelena, I mean, yeah, Florence Pugh, I mean, since probably Oppenheimer, when she was a brunette or whatever, yeah, Florence Pugh is definitely a celebrity crush at this point. I'm just like, and seeing her as Yelena in this movie, I'm just like, that makes so much sense. I mean, if you're gonna have one of the new Avengers in this movie, why not Yelena? I love that, and her office is it's just a hot tub of sorts. Like, I love it. You know who I else love in this movie? I don't know the actress, but the woman that plays the wolf in this movie, I loved her, especially seeing this movie a second time. Like, I liked her in the first time I saw her, and I was just like, I really like that Spider-Man's teaming up with one of the cops in this movie. Well, she's not a cop, but detective. Not sure what rank she has, but seeing her again for my second view, I'm just like, I love this character. I really love this character and would love to see her come back. She was wonderful. I would love to see them team up again. I would love to see Spider-Man and her team up again. I would love that so fucking much, honestly. I would love that a lot. I thought she was wonderful. And yeah, I just loved everything about it. Sadie Sink, I mean, her as Jean Grey, for what they do with this character, I'm just like, holy crap, this is really heavy, dark stuff, heavy X-Men related stuff. You know, human beings taking advantage of mutants who just want to, be themselves and live or whatever. I thought she was great. Her looking for her sister because her sister sent her, something about VMAX, which only turned out to be a ventilation kind of company or something. And that realization of, like, when we see VMAX on the ceiling with that air conditioner, I was just like, oh, fuck. I was just like, she didn't even have to say it. Like, she didn't have to say it in the movie. But that was the last thing she saw. Holy fuck. I was just like, fuck, this movie's dark. Like, this movie was dark already, but, like, holy shit, dude. Like, Jesus. I just loved it. And, how Jean Grey hopping into bodies or whatever, I thought that was pretty great, too. And the real kick in the balls for Peter is when, she, like, toys with him, making him feel like, oh, MJ remembers or whatever, because Jean Grey wants to, like, hurt MJ, finds out about MJ and all this stuff. And damn it, Ned, why did you have to post the address online? Why did you have to do that? Her really fucking with Peter when, she's controlling MJ, and they kiss, and she's like, oh my god, like Peter? And all this, and they just, like, are hugging, and Zendaya just fucking kills it, just being smug and just being like, oh my god, just mean or whatever. She played it so fucking good. And that's where I'm just like, damn, Gina's really fucked up. Like, seriously, what the fuck? Like, I knew it was coming or whatever, but yeah, my lady, when the reveal happened, she just, like, she threw her arms up in the air. She's like just having that, like, what the fuck? Because, and I'm sure a lot of people I'm sure people that watched it really wanted that, connection or whatever. And that was fucked up. No, what was fucked up, the real kick in the nuts, is when, MJ reads that note and everything, and she's like, take off that mask. I deserve to have this conversation with Peter Parker. And she's like, oh, fuck. It's like, okay, here we go. And, oh my god, where she's just like, I understand, I get it, you love this person, but I'm not that person. I don't have these memories, and I don't love you. And it's just like, whew, that hurt. That really fucking hurt. I mean, I'm glad she was like, you want to say hi to Ned? After she was like, hey, I don't have a phone. I can't get my way home. Can you take me back home? After all that stuff of her saying, essentially saying, I don't love you because I'm not that person. who you erased, I'm not her anymore. And her asking to be swung back or whatever, and just like the most uncomfortable fucking like swinging in a Spider-Man movie. It's just like so uncomfortable. No, it was awkward, fucking awkward. Like, oh, that really fucking sucked. But like I said, I'm glad they had MJ just be like, how about you come say hi to Ned? And it's just like having that bonding moment with the three of them, and she even, like, MJ even draws the picture of them, and like I that's what I really liked. You know, at the end of the day, she may not love him, but she just like she understands. She understands that, like, she still wants to, you know, be caring, you know, enough to invite him back to the apartment. But I just was like, oh my god, dude, like that was crazy. And then, you know, it's just that whole like chemistry between the three of them, they fucking, like, ever since the first movie, like they've killed it. I mean, dude, I couldn't even be more happier. I always get a kick out of seeing Zendaya and Tom Holland, you know, going on press tours for the Odyssey and now Brand New Day. It's just like, oh, I love seeing them. Like, they are definitely probably my favorite celebrity couple out there. I think they're great. They're wonderful. Who would have thought that they would last this long, honestly? And I'm just like, I'm so happy for them. And they really just, oh, so fucking good. I cannot wait. Like, I firmly believe we're going to get more of Tom Holland Spider-Man. I know that he said some things, you know, at one point he was like, yeah, they can have me for as long as they want. And then now it's like there's some stuff where he's come out and said, you know, I would like to, you know, pass it on to somebody else, or be the Robert Downey Jr. and just kind of teach the new actor to play Spider-Man to, like, you know, do all this, whether it's a Miles or a Spider-Gwen or whatever. I love it. But in any event, probably one of the most crazy scenes for me personally, I mean, besides the MJ stuff, Frank Castle staying true to himself, you know, sniping Jean Grey, but Spider-Man comes in and, like, saves the day and takes the bullet for her. I was just like, there was a part of me that was like, fuck you, Frank. like I was just like, holy, like, that's the first time that I just felt like Frank is a fucking monster, dude. Like, holy shit. Like, I always knew, like Jean Grey says when she takes over Frank, this guy's got a lot of issues. Yeah, that was crazy. And then just having New York come around to that hospital and just like, oh my god. And then Frank showing up, taking him to the hospital, and having that moment with Peter where he's just like really felt bad. He felt fucking awful. Like, I mean, at the same time being inspired by that dude. Like, he's like, that's, oh my god, just fucking crazy. Yeah, man, there's a lot to love about this movie. I just love how it's very wholesome. It's like, it's sad, but it's very wholesome at the same time. And, man, that's why I'm just like, I hope we get 2 more movies. Like, give me 2 more Tom Holland movies. Like, show me the adulthood of this Peter Parker. Like, we saw him in high school. Now let's see him, you know, get at least 2 more Spider-Man movies. I love it. Especially if it's more, you know, what's it called? More, you know, grounded. You know, it doesn't have to be the big action spectacle or whatever. And, yeah, let me talk about that. The action was really fun and cool. Like, holy shit. Like, a lot of cool stunts, honestly. Love that about this movie. A lot of stunts that I just was just like, this is... Again, it felt more tangible here, honestly. Like, love that about this movie, honestly. But yeah, man, I really loved Spider-Man Brand New Day. I loved it so much. I don't know what else there is to say then. Bring back Destin Daniel Craig for the next 2 movies. Like, let him be, what's it called? Let him be the Destial. Okay, I'm sorry. I have to back up. I'm saying his name wrong. It's Destin Daniel Cretton. Cretin? I don't know. I'm butchering his name. See, I'm not good with names, but essentially bring him back for the next 2 movies. I mean, and especially bring those writers back, please, but specifically bring Destin back, because he is now 3 for 3 with the MCU stuff that he has done. With Shang-Chi, that was great. I really had fun with Shang-Chi. Shang-Chi was great. And then was he the showrunner? I guess he was the showrunner of what's it called, Wonder Man. That was fucking shocking. That was shocking to me. And, I could see why, probably after Shang-Chi, why they want him to do an Avengers movie. But seeing Wonder Man, I'm like, holy fuck. That dude, like, if they give him an Avengers movie, I'm fucking here for it. I am so fucking here for it. But it's all about those writers, honestly. But, Destin directing the shit out of what he had with the writing for Spider-Man Brand New Day really fucking did it. Like, he fucking nailed it. I'm just like, that dude's on top of the world. Give him whatever the fuck he wants. I think he's doing other stuff other than MCU stuff, but, like, kudos to that guy. I'm happy for that dude. So, but yeah, that's Spider-Man Brand New Day, man. I mean, it's gonna make $1 billion this past week. This next week, this upcoming week. I'm sorry. If it's not in a couple of days or whatever, it's probably gonna be after this week. This upcoming weekend. It's gonna make $1 billion. Fucking crazy. Is this the fastest movie that's gotten to $1 billion? I think it is now. I think it's going to. So, but in any event, that's Spider-Man Brand New Day, and that's really the whole show, honestly. So, thank you once again for listening to me ramble and mispronouncing people's names. So yeah. So in any event, thank you all for listening. I'm Tristan, and you've just been spoiled.